There's a lot left in the dollar to say it's over. It's not over. I think it's very difficult to put a date on anything. When you do that, you end up putting yourself in a compromised position if Murphy's Law comes up out of nowhere. Say how many countries have joined BRICS or want to join BRICS. What the BRICS could very well do was pretty fascinating.
Hello and welcome to Crypto Street, where we bring you the latest and most intriguing stories from the world of cryptocurrencies. In today's video, we'll be unraveling the secrets of Bitcoin's future. But before we jump into that, let's take a look at some recent developments in the cryptocurrency market. Ordinals reached 20 million milestone, but Bitcoin-based NFT sales slide. Ethereum liquid staking sees 270,000 ETH influx in 2 weeks. World's largest Web3 event token, 2049 Singapore, hits 300 sponsor milestone, announces new headline speakers. SEC asks Coinbase to cease all crypto trading except Bitcoin, CEO says. Cato Institute experts, dollarization protects ordinary people's purchasing power. U.S. Representatives Bilirakis and Schectman inquire about Apple's policies on blockchain and NFTs. LATAM Insights, Argentina to complete IMF payment with Chinese yuan, Bolivia also using China's currency for international settlements. Crypto mining crackdown in Malaysia, Sarawak police and energy plant dismantle illegal mining operation. UK court slaps telecoin crypto scam masterminds with 6-year jail terms. $20 million crypto mining farm to be built at hydropower plant in Kyrgyzstan. Litecoin halving approaching, Cardano building as Boro presale progresses. Base's TVL spikes 48x on bald meme coin frenzy. US passes military spending bill, aims to curb crypto money laundering. Mqbeta taking over crypto channels on Telegram, TON edges BNB and ETH. EU's MiCA rules could prohibit MEV activities on Ethereum. Exploring LYOPA app's crypto payment solution. Now let's begin our enlightening discussion with Andy Schectman.
There's a lot of crossover amongst them. It was very obvious to me that the Belt Road Initiative, which is 151 or 2 countries, the BRICS, which has now swelled to over 41 countries, I'm going to get to that one moment, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and the Eurasian Economic Union, well, they have very, very much similarity in their memberships, a lot of crossover where one country belongs to a couple, Russia belongs to basically all of them. How many countries have joined BRICS or want to join BRICS? You'll see 41 everywhere. But in those same articles, if you count them, you get 25. Now, if you take the countries in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and the Eurasian Economic Union that haven't already joined BRICS and add them into the number 25, you get damn near 41. And I'll simply say this. Let's talk about the Shanghai Cooperation Organization for a minute. It is the largest regional and military group in the world. It is 60% of the Eurasian landmass, 40% of human population. The Belt Road Initiative right now, with all of its expansion, is 75% of human population, 50% of global GDP, or, it's swelling. And when you talk about putting all of these countries together, the Belt Road, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, Eurasian Economic Union, and BRICS, you're talking 80+% of human population. Now, that's the foundation. And all the people who are talking about the BRICS are missing one point. And I have been very consistent in this one point for a very long time. And let me just lay the foundation, and that is, I ask people what makes the dollar the world reserve currency.
Crypto news this week highlights and milestones. Over 20 million ordinal inscriptions were minted on the Bitcoin blockchain. However, Bitcoin-based NFT sales have experienced a downturn since mid-July, dropping to 7th place in weekly rankings. On the other hand, Ethereum, ETH, liquid staking platforms continue to attract sizable deposits, with over 270,000 ETH deposited in the past 2 weeks, bringing the total locked within these platforms to 10.65 million ETH. In a significant ruling, Cato Institute experts advocate for full dollarization of the Argentine economy to protect ordinary people's purchasing power from corrupt politicians and incompetent central bankers. Dollarization could help Argentina control inflation, which currently stands above 100%. The authors point to successful examples in Panama, Ecuador, and El Salvador, where dollarization prevented double-digit inflation during the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite concerns about loss of monetary autonomy, experts argue that the advantages outweigh the minor loss of seigniorage. The call to dollarize adds to a growing list of endorsements, including for presidential candidate Javier Milei. The authors use Panama's experience to counter critics' arguments, highlighting banks' ability to allocate resources freely since dollarization. The authors conclude that the benefits of dollarization far outweigh the drawbacks. Now let's go back to Andy Schectman.
Now, I want to just make 2 points about my conversation with Jim Rickards. One, as far as the bond market is concerned, that's the difference between a reserve currency and a transaction currency. And he talked about how during World War I, they used patriotism to build a bond market, buy the war bonds. If this plays out the way that I think it will, where at some point Saudi Arabia moves to taking other currencies, perhaps the BRICS settlement currency, and if not before that, maybe the yuan, which is convertible into gold on the Shanghai Gold Exchange, or whatever it is, and all of these countries dump dollars. They no longer need to hold those dollars. If it plays out the way that I think it will, and the dollar loses a tremendous amount of value, interest rates start to spike, the markets start to come down, there's all sorts of problems, it would be very easy for the BRICS nations to say, in the name of patriotism, in the name of standing on our own 2 feet, this entire group, buy the BRICS bonds and backed by gold or whatnot. I don't think building a bond market in a system that is housing 80% of the world will be that big of an issue. That was one of the things he said in terms of it ultimately becoming a reserve. What the BRICS could very well do was pretty fascinating. He said, if I were the BRICS, what I would do is I would make one BRIC currency equal to the price of gold. And at that point, it's checkmate to the West. Because as the West tries to buy gold, as the price of gold goes up, it kills the value of the dollar, increases the price of gold, it strengthens the BRICS currency. If they try and inflate their way out of this problem, the dollar falls, the price of gold goes up, the BRICS currency goes way up. It's checkmate for the dollar. They don't have to do anything. The BRICS need to just sit there and let the U.S. destroy itself from within by the printing press, the falling dollar, and gold moving up against it. See, I think that the world's not going to end tomorrow, even if they issue a gold-backed currency on the 22nd. But if they didn't, it doesn't matter. When you have the SCO and the Eurasian Economic Union joining this group, you're talking the majority of human population beginning to move away from the dollar, and Saudi Arabia applying to every one of these groups, being protected militarily, and joining a group that will have a bigger GDP than the West and a bigger military. So it's beginning. And I guess I just wanted to say that. I don't think it's going to, like that, change things, but it is beginning, and I think people should be aware of it.
Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin and Ethereum technical analyses. Bitcoin's price is currently hovering above the 50-day moving average, but struggles to breach the 20-day exponential moving average. If bears pull the price below immediate support at $28,861, the range may stay between $31,000 and $24,800. A break above the 20-day EMA could lead to an uptrend toward $40,000. The current situation shows a balance between supply and demand, with the price stuck in a narrow range between $28,861 and $29,690. A close above the overhead resistance would favor the bulls, aiming for $30,500 and $31,500. Conversely, if the price falls below $28,861, bears could take control, pushing the pair to $27,500. After experiencing volatility, Ethereum, ETH, showed signs of progress towards the $1,900 level at the start of the weekend, reaching a peak of $1,881.46. However, it had previously faced resistance near $1,900 since last Sunday and remained in a downtrend since moving above $2,000 earlier in the month. The Relative Strength Index, RSI, is approaching a resistance level at 49.00, which could track previous bulls back into the market. That wraps up today's crypto news highlights. Stay tuned for more updates, insights, and analysis from the world of cryptocurrencies. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content.